Hi darlings, thank you so much for joining me on my channel today. And today I have a video showing you what I plan to do in the month of July and kind of my prep so far for this July challenge. So in the month of July, I am going to be working through the Exploring Joy challenge. I was so grateful that Diane and Debbie reached out to me, inviting me to be part of the guest creators during the month of July. Debbie is from Pouring My Art for the Lord, and Diane is from Faith Art Design Studio. And so they have a Facebook group, there's a hashtag, it's a challenge. They're inviting all of us to explore joy in the New Testament. So what they have are 23 verses from the New Testament that focus on joy and different types of themes. And I love the way they broke it down. So there is a verse Monday through Friday through the month of July. And then on Saturdays, they're going to do like a recap. And the Monday through Friday verses, each day there's going to be a different guest creator that's going to have a YouTube post. And in that video, they are going to show their project, talk about their verse, how the Lord spoke to them about it. There's tons of ladies already in the Facebook group that are sharing how they're doing their setup, how they're preparing, their junk journals that they've prepared already. And I am no different. So I wanted to share with you this project that I'll be working in July. And the reason why we're prepping early is so that our junk journals are already kind of like the base is already started. And also if you need to fussy cut all the printables and all of that, then that's also something that you can do ahead of time. And right now, until the 30th of June, the kit is actually 40% off. Now, the kit comes with the full Bible study kit, which is, I'm just going to pop in a picture here. It comes with the verse and a little bit of content, some reflection questions, and also a quote and a kind of a commentary for each day. So there's the study part, which is the best part, but it also comes with 20 plus pages of ephemera. And I'm going to show you some of the ones. So out of the kit, I did not print out the Bible study because I'm going to follow along that Bible study and fill that out on my iPad. But the ephemera sheets I did go ahead and print out. So I did the Bible verses. These come in the ESV version, but they also have the King James version. I printed out the ESV version, so I have all of these actually printed out on clear sticker paper. So I can just go ahead and just add that right into my page. And some of these are also kind of like in some different text as well, kind of title starters. There is tons of ephemera. Let me show you what that looks like. I love these tags in various sizes, super like vintagey. These are tags and cards and tickets, and they have like music paper on them. These are messy stitch edge cards, and I love these because you can cut these out and even glue them onto like index cards, and then you can just do your journaling on the back. So you can, if you don't have cardstock, just glue them to an index card or maybe another journaling card you already have. These are journaling cards, and they have the date and Bible verse, so you can add your Bible verse here if you want to handwrite those. We also have another page that has tons of wordfetti and like different old fonts. And then we have some tickets down here. We have some vintage ephemera. I love this. This is labels. These are 2.2 inches and a half. We have truth, faith, rejoice, abide, peace, mercy, forgive, believe, devotion, pray, faith. Love that. This are title starters of joy. I love how they have the Exploring Joy challenge here, and you have it with a background and without a background too. And here's the hashtag. It's the Faith Journal July 2025. And then these, you have a quote for each day. And then I printed these on clear sticker paper as well. Just the ones that have the type that I know I want to blend into my journal, I did on clear sticker paper. So I specifically picked some out. And then here we are, we have some more ephemera. I love these, especially the one with the stitching. We have some fun doilies here. There's a pocket that you can cut out, and then these are the envelope inserts down here. My Bible study notes, that's cute. We have some banners that have the word joy. These are fun because I'm thinking of putting this in the beginning of my notebook. This has like a, this has like a calendar. And so in the calendar, you're able to mark off the days that you did it. And it has who it's hosted by and everything, the mission. And so these are some cute tags that you can add. I'm definitely adding this one to the front so I can mark off the days that I've done. And then we also have some flashcards here with the words blessedness, exaltation, and rejoicing. This is cute too. These are cute for if you're gonna do like a ring tag instead of a journal. Okay, so for these, you have one of these quotes for each day that matches the verse. So you either something that kind of comes from that verse or from the commentary or from a quote. And these kind of give you like a central idea of what that verse is about. So we have one for each day. And then we have all these fun joy tags in different types of font. I love that. I love that they have a lot of variety. Some exploring joy on ledger paper, receipt paper. Love that. We have some postcards with different types of vintagey photos. So cute. These are little prayer cards. And again, you can use these for whatever you want. They could be prayer cards, they could be journaling, they could be verse cards. And then we have this one that has lots of little joy tags here, or I should say like little ephemera pieces. We have a couple of hymn postages. And then we have this really big one. Turn your eyes on Jesus. Look full in his wonderful face, and the things of earth will grow strangely dim in the light of his great glory and grace. Helen Lamel. I love that. Lamel. Sorry, said that wrong. So that, all of that ephemera, all those pieces, plus you get, again, you get the Bible study kit. So there's 23 pages because there's 23 verses. So you get one per verse. And then you get all the ephemera. I mean, so look at this stack of paper. So much that comes in it. And then I want to show you how I'm going to be journaling. So I was kind of going back and forth. I wasn't sure. I was like, should I use my Bible? Should I do a ring tag? And then I decided to make a journal because I've been cleaning out my craft area and I have found a lot of vintage items, or just a lot of items that I have, like vintage inspired-ish. And so I was like, let me use my stash. I don't need to buy anything new. I know I have things in my stash, and you guys, I for sure did. So I created this journal, and this is not new to me. This is something that I learned how to make from Mindy. I will link her below. She has a playlist with tons of different tutorials on how to make journals. She is who I purchased my journals from. She has a website called chosenandcrafting.com, and I usually just buy my journals from her, but this time I created a journal. She has taught me at retreats how to make them, so this is how I learned. And actually, while I was making this, I had her video playing in the background so I can kind of refresh my mind. But this is what I made. So I used twine, just regular twine that I have in my stash. I have tons of baker's twine to create kind of like the signatures. I used this polka dot. Now, this is not vintage, but I had this polka dot. You guys know orange is my favorite color. And I had this polka dot fabric in my stash for a long time. And then I had this leftover, which I think is from like an old By the Well for God kit. So I used that here. And then I had this left over from a kit, like a scrapbooking kit. And I had this little piece and the pearls in my stash. And I thought that was cute in the front there. And then what I did was I used some stick-on Velcro. And these come from this stash. I used 3 of them. And this is from Hobby Lobby. It was $3.99. And you get 30 pieces, so 15 sets, because you get 2, right? You need 2 for each. And then I kind of created this flip out. So usually Mindy does it like up until here, but I wanted to do like I used a pasta box, and she taught me that too. I wanted to do kind of a closure because I knew this was going to get really chunky. I only did 4 signatures, even though I could fit a lot more signatures in here because I know this is going to get really chunky. So kind of use that Velcro there. So I used some old By the Well for God paper in the inside to kind of line it. I am using some of, these are big file folders from By the Well for God. I had a stash of neutral ones. So what I did was I created a signature, 4 signatures, and I used one of these folders for the main place where I was going to add in all my papers for my signature. And so I'm just going to show you like a quick flip through. So again, it's By the Well for God paper all along the background that I use to kind of cover the inside. I have this little pocket here with some, this is just something from my stash. And this is like I have a couple of library cards in here. And this was like a pocket from my stash. I have this Joy flashcard that I pulled out from my stash as well, because of course that is the theme. And I just have this sitting here in the back just in case I need to hold anything. Okay, and then so this is what my signatures look like. So open up here, I use the Tim Holtz. This is the Tim Holtz worn wallpaper scraps. I used some of these in here. So this is this, and what I did was I actually wrapped this in the front and back, and I created a pocket on each side. So I have a little pocket here with a little blank journaling card to add something there in the front. And then it opens up here. I have some vintage paper, and this vintage paper is glued to the back of some By the Well for God paper. I have a hymn. All the hymns in here come from the Joy section of my hymnal book. And then that's just the second half of that. And then that is the back. And again, a little journaling card here. I'll probably glue one of the journaling cards to the back of this and just slip this right in here. So that will serve as my base. And here is another one, another signature. And then in here, I used the wallpaper inside to create pockets. I have some vintage receipt paper or ledger paper. I have another hymn on Joy. And then I created a little pocket on this side as well. I have some vintage ephemera or vintage inspired ephemera just tucked into here that I can use. Here goes that's the end of that signature. So this is the following signature where I did the same thing as I did here in the beginning. I used that Tim Holtz Ideology wallpaper scraps. I folded it, made a little pocket. And then inside of here, I have some vintage paper glued to the back of this paper. I have some wallpaper in here, creating a little pocket. I just made a little wiggly top to there. Another hymn about joy, Jesus, thou joy of loving hearts. A little pocket here. That ends that signature. And on the back, I have a couple of journaling cards here ready to go. And then here I have some wallpaper in here, creating those little pockets, some vintage inspired ephemera. These, I believe, were left over from a By the Well for God kit. And that is it. I mean, it's all set up and I have my base. That way I can go ahead and journal my heart out. And I'm hoping that this doesn't get too packed, but that is what it looks like so far. And I'm super excited to get this project started. So I am going to link below the Bible Journaling Exploring Joy kit. And I hope you guys can join us for this challenge. There are many other creators. I'm not going to spoil them, but you can see from the flyer, there are many other creators that you guys are familiar with and some new creators that even I was not familiar with, but I have added to and subscribed to on their YouTube channel now, that we can all journal and explore joy in the New Testament in the month of July. So if you have any questions, leave them below. If you are new here, I hope you consider subscribing. Hit the like button and notification bell so you don't miss any of my videos. And thank you so much for joining me each and every video, darlings. God bless. Bye.